Ladies and gentlemen, this crazy story is about a government clone experiment that has gone wrong. The people that you see on my screen, they're not actually real humans, okay? They were NASA shuttle dummies that didn't actually get picked up. So these are clone individuals from the government that were left over that didn't get a chance to be a part of NASA, okay? Now, let's tell you a little bit more about this story. It came out of High Point, North Carolina, in which, let me back it up a little bit so you can see who we're talking about. Or go forward. Let me see if I can find all of their names here real quick. Where is it at? Right here. A father, a stepmother, and step-grandparents are accused of abusing and attempting to kill a child, and that's according to High Point Police, which apparently is in North Carolina. All of the adults face several charges, including attempted first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, which is a separate charge in itself, right? The child's parents were arrested this week. Now I'm going to introduce you to the parents. This guy that you see on my screen, who looks like he crawled out of a horse's behind, let's back it up right here. That guy right there is actually the biological father, believe it or not. Yes, the woman on the right-hand side is not the biological mom. She is the stepmom, meaning she's the girlfriend. She's the side whore that this dude was dealing with. Now, as far as the step-grandparents, this whole thing is just weird. It really is, man. Let me take a pause for the cause real quick. And let me thank Miss Bossy P, who sent in a $20 super chat. And I do not take those lightly. I greatly, greatly appreciate those because they help out a lot. And such an amazing person like Miss Bossy P sent it in and said, "You are amazing." Sent that super sticker in. And I want to thank you, Miss Bossy P, for doing what you do. I am an absolute honor to be the host of this show and have you have your support. But thank you so much for that. Okay. Now, the grandparents were later found by U.S. Marshals from High Point Police Department, police said. So what that means is apparently they must have been on the run and they had to be tracked down. So if you ask me, that sounds like somebody that's guilty, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that they knew what they did was absolutely dead wrong. No pun intended. Now, for the people that are wondering how this all came about and how they were caught, guess who saw something and said something? Anybody want to take a guess? Because I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at this story and find out more details. The person that saw something was wrong and decided to step up and say something, the child's teacher, of all people. It sounds like everybody in this child's family was against him, including his biological mom, because we don't even know where the hell she is. She hasn't been heard from. She hasn't done any interviews. She hasn't stepped up to say anything. Nothing. I gotta tell you, man, it's one thing for men to walk away, but we usually don't see too many women that are not involved in their children's lives, especially if they're not the custodial parents. But in this case, the mother has gone quiet. We haven't heard from her. The child's teacher was the one who contacted the Department of Social Services and Child Protective Services about the possible abuse on February the 17th of this year. What does that mean? That means if it hasn't been for that teacher, this child would probably be dead. And we'd be reporting on a death as opposed to a child that was taken out of a bad situation. That's where we're at. Okay? Now, High Point Police began an investigation and found numerous elements of child abuse and child neglect. Now, because they're just starting this investigation off, I'll tell you guys kind of early right now, they didn't give a lot of details. They didn't talk too much about the injuries or anything like that. So a lot of this story is going to be really limited. And that's why sometimes I wait before I give you guys certain stories because I want to make sure that you guys get the full details. So this is going to be one where there's not a lot of full details and we do not know everything that's going on. But we do know that 4 people have been arrested, okay? Let me take a pause for the cause, and we'd like to welcome, as the AFC, welcome in, guys, Tawana Finney, who just joined the channel membership under the CFA, Children First Advocate, and I want to say thank you so much for believing in the AFC enough to be able to support us in a monetary way. So I would like to welcome Tawana Finley. Thank you so much, and it is an honor to have you here as a support, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. June Bennett. She said the National Child Abuse Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you don't know the number, just Google it. It's 800-4-CHILD or 800-422-4453. Google it, and it'll pull it up right for you so you can call when you see something going wrong with these kids, when you see somebody dragging their kids up and down the street, when you see somebody smacking their kids, spanking their kids, whooping their kids. I'm sorry. I don't believe in hitting children at all. You guys should know where I stand with that. The reason I say that you should not put your hands, feet, or other objects on children, because if you cannot parent a child from the mind, especially these feeble-minded children who are still learning to become a person and developing their own personality, if you can't control them mentally while they're kids, then I'm sorry. You're not a suitable parent at all if you have to physically beat up somebody just to get them to do what it is that you want them to do. It takes to be very creative as a parent to love a child into the way that you want them to go. You don't strangle them. You don't sit on them. You don't stab them. You don't burn them with cigarettes. You don't waterboard them. You don't drown them. You don't throw them out of a 4th-story balcony window in order to get these kids to do what you want them to do. And by the way, throwing a kid out the 4th-story balcony window is actually a real story because we just did that one last night. Did we not? Yes. That's a real story, okay? Now, they began the investigation and found numerous elements of child abuse and child neglect. Investigators said that the child had significant injuries and health issues as a result of the abuse. So to me, that probably means they were probably starving him and beating the shit out of him, okay? This kid was probably on the brink of death, and one person, his teacher, cared enough to speak up and say something and probably saved his life. That makes that person a hero to me. Now, police say medical attention was provided for the child and the recovery process is ongoing. Now, I'll tell you guys, this story is going to be really, really short, so we're not going to be here all night, and I'll let you guys get back to your night, and we'll have actually a couple more stories coming up, okay? Now, let's tell you guys about the adults in this situation. One of them being that, hold on, let me go back. One of them being this ugly individual that you see on my screen who looks like, I don't know, like a human embodiment of a scratch and stiff snicker, like a sticker. I said snicker, sticker. I don't know. He just looks weird to me, all right? But nonetheless, this is the biological father who, to me, is the ringleader. He is the leader, and he is the reason why that child was in that situation. His name is Bradley Xavier Kimball, which is spelled Kimble. He is the biological father, and he is charged with attempted first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury, and 3 counts of felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury. He was arrested and placed in High Point Jail on March the 6th, which was only a few days ago. Now, he is in Gulliver County Jail as of Tuesday, and he is on a $2 million bond. Why is he shirtless? Hell if I know. Why is he trying to murder his kid? Why does he look like that? I don't know. We could ask a lot of questions. I don't know. I really don't know. Not the scratch and stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I just say wild shit that don't make any sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's talk about this. I don't know what she looks like. Like she looks like a hippopotamus gave birth to her and she just fell out and this is what you get, right? Her name is Asia Latoria Marshall, but is her name spelled traditionally? No, it's not, of course. Her name is spelled A-J-I-A. Agia? Asia? I'm assuming that's Asia. A-J-I-A. Y'all know how these ghetto names are. They refer to her as the stepmother. But she is charged with attempted first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury, and I don't know how I didn't get tongue-tied saying all that shit. 3 counts of felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury and assault by strangulation inflicting serious bodily injury. Damn. Woo. That is a lot of charges. Why do they hate this kid so much? Why did they even take custody of this kid if they were just going to do all this shit to this kid? Yes, she looking like a man. She looking like a man. Shout out to Miss Swan. Assault by strangulation. She tried to strangle this baby. This is a elementary school kid. Wow. But she's in High Point Jail as of March the 6th, the same day, and she's on a $2 million bond as well. Good for her. I don't think neither one of them need a bond, but if they were going to give them a bond, give them a whole big ass bond. All right, let's move on to the next ugly ass parent. All right, let me get this ugly ass parent on my screen. I don't know if I have an individual. Ooh, golly. She almost cracked my screen, me putting her face on my screen. This motherfucker right here, her name is Janie Bonita. Miss Bonita, we're going to call her Miss Bonita. She look like a Miss Bonita. Janie Miss Bonita Marshall. I didn't even mean to say that, but I did. Step grandmother. She is charged with attempted first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury, and 3 counts of felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. And she was arrested because she was caught 5 days ago on March the 10th. Now, are you ready for the last picture? Oh, y'all got to see this dude right here. I don't know if I have an individual picture of him, but let me see. I might not. Oh, yes, I do. Wow. Look at the crypt keeper. Look at this dude. Look like little half dead. Little half dead's grandfather or some shit. Look at this dude right here, man. Look like you pulled him out of a box of Wheaties or something. I don't know. Let me go back. Let's go back. Wow, that face right there. Oh, Frosted Flakes looking ass nigga right here. This dude, his name is Russell Prentice Brewington. He is the step grandfather, and he is charged with attempted first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, felony conspiracy to commit felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury, that is a mouthful, and 3 counts of felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. And of course, him and his nasty ass wife, Miss Bonita, ran away, but their asses were caught on March the 10th. You know why? Because the only thing dumber than a dumb nigga is an old dumb nigga. I don't even know where I came up with that from, but that's funny. We're going to have to remember that. Now, bail amounts and scheduled court appearances are unknown at this time for those 2 assholes. Now, a neighbor by the name of Tanisha Coffin lives in the neighborhood as the suspects, and she said she was shocked to hear about the news, and here's what she said. She said, "It just breaks my heart to think that I don't understand how anybody can do that to their child or to children. I just don't understand. But as an update, the child is in stable condition and undergoing medical care according to a second release from the police department. The abuse was extensive and substantial enough to warrant the significant charges according to the release." Now, let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage, and I'm going to stop doing all this roasting because I'm not very good at it, all right? Let's get it in. federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Guys, we're doing pretty good. We have 150 thumbs up. Thank you guys for doing that. If you would, click that thumbs up. We got 221 people here. Can we get at least 200 thumbs up? We only need 50 people to do it. So only half the people that haven't clicked the thumbs up, click that thumbs up. I don't know why my brain is working so good right now. It could be this cranberry energy from Ocean Spray, or this ruby red grapefruit juice, or maybe it could be the coronavirus helping me out. Who knows? Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
4 people are now charged with attempted murder in a child abuse case out of High Point. Investigators say the suspects are the child's father, stepmother, and step-grandparents. U.S. Marshals just arrested the step-grandparents, Janie Marshall, as well as Russell Brewington. High Point police arrested Bradley Kimball and Ajaya Marshall a couple of days ago. Investigators say someone from an elementary school called the police department and Child Protective Services. Officers say that the child has significant physical injuries and health issues and is now recovering.
Thank God. Now here's what I'm going to use, guys. I'm not going to use the name in vain, but thank God for this teacher. If not for this teacher, this baby might end up dead. Said you are excellent at roasting and you know it. I'm not that good. I'm just having a good night. Here's the next video. We got 2 more videos and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I told you guys this will be a really short story. Let me shout a couple people out real quick. Keyshawn, you know you're in the chat. Keyshawn donated by way of the PayPal, so thank you to Keyshawn. And we also had one come in. God, why can't I ever remember? I don't want to read your whole real name. Let me see if I can figure it out. Hold on. Hold up. I should know your chat name by now. I'll figure it out. Let's keep the videos going.
The allegations are alarming. A triad father and 3 other relatives are accused of abusing and trying to kill a child.
WFMY News 2's Marissa Tansino dug into court documents tonight to learn more about these disturbing allegations.
Well, Chad, Julie, police say the child's teacher reported the abuse last month. Now the child's father, a stepmother, and step-grandparents are charged with attempted murder and child abuse. We want to warn you, the details are graphic and disturbing. High Point police say a child is recovering from extensive physical abuse. Court documents reveal the child was malnourished, dehydrated, and had open wounds that wouldn't heal, leading to a serious blood infection. Court documents also show some severe injuries. They include belt marks, a cut lip, cigarette lighter burns, and bruised and swollen wrists and ankles.
Guys, that was a lot. So that's more detail than what I was able to give you guys. Listen at this again. I won't rewind it, but listen again to how much stuff they did to him. I heard cigarette lighter burns. Like, what kind of shit was they doing to this kid? Like they were trying to barbecue this kid or something. Listen at this again.
To a serious blood infection. Court documents also show some severe injuries. They include belt marks, a cut lip, cigarette lighter burns, and bruised and swollen wrists and ankles. Investigators believe the child was bound with a chain. The child's father, Bradley Kimball, stepmother,
Whoa, now I missed that part. Did y'all hear that? Belt marks, and they said, and the child was bound with a chain. It makes me wonder if that was the one where the stepmother, when they said that she was charged with strangulation, I wonder if she used a chain to strangle him. I didn't catch that part. They said a chain. Listen again. This is the last time, so we'll listen to it again. Here we go. Is Chris Thorns in here? If he is, shout out to Chris Thorns. I didn't see his name. Brother, if I missed you, I'm sorry about that, Chris, but shout out to Chris Thorns if he's in the building. All right, here we go. Listen again.
Injuries. They include belt marks, a cut lip, cigarette lighter burns, and bruised and swollen wrists and ankles. Investigators believe the child was bound with a chain. The child's father, Bradley Kimball, stepmother, Asia Marshall, and step-grandparents, Janie Marshall and Russell Brewington, are all facing charges in this case. Neighbors are at a loss for words.
That blows me away. It's just heartbreaking.
Tanisha Coffin lives a few doors down and is a mother herself.
Hey, sweetheart.
Say hello.
Which makes it even more difficult for her to wrap her head
That's a beautiful little baby. Look at that. I'm telling you guys, that warms my heart when I see the babies. I love babies so much. And matter of fact, shout out to the people that hired me for that party I DJ'd last night, because the girl had just turned 17 for her birthday. And so they had, you know, some younger, oh, there we go. Somebody donated. Thank you very much. But we had some kids there between like the age of 15, 16, 17, and then a couple of little small kids there. It was just a family type thing. But I love little kids, man. I really do. I love them all.
down and is a mother herself.
Hey, sweetheart.
Say hello.
Which makes it even more difficult for her to wrap her head around someone hurting a child.
This world just gotten so bad, so bad. And especially, like, my heart just goes out to all the children that have to go through things like this.
Again, all 4 people are facing attempted murder and child abuse charges. Police say the stepmother is also facing charges for assault by strangulation.
Papa Cap said, this shit boils my blood. Man, I'm telling you guys, it is so heart-wrenching to hear what these children have to go through. And you're just thinking like this can't be real. To be honest with you, it's very similar to coronavirus, because you're thinking like, this can't be real. This has got to be manufactured. This has got to be some government conspiracy or whatever the case is. And then you find out like, hey, man, like this shit is really happening to people, you know? And it's a damn shame. And the reason I speak for children over like younger adults or things like that is because they've gotten an opportunity to at least grow up, and they should have had at least opportunities to protect themselves. But for these children, they cannot speak for themselves, and they cannot defend themselves against the tyranny of their own caretakers. Now, in a situation like this, where you have a middle school boy, or excuse me, not even middle school, elementary school. What is an elementary school boy supposed to do against 4, count them, 4 grown adults? To be honest with you guys, it would be hard for even somebody like me to whoop 4 grown people's asses. Even though I've done it, it's just hard. I've done it before. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't tend to talk about this because I'm not very proud about it. There was a time when I almost got, actually I did get jumped. And I ended up having to fight for myself. And it was just something in me. I don't know whether it went back to some training that I had as a kid or whatever the case was. But I was actually able to fight off and beat up. I don't remember how many it was. It had to have been about 5 or 6 people. It was a lot. And I'm pretty sure it probably scared the shit out of them. They were just kind of like, they thought they was going to come in and just take me out. The only reason I bring that story up, the reason why I say that is because I'm not a small guy. I'm 6'2", 280 pounds. I am not a small guy. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the strongest guy. I'm not the fastest guy. And it might be a bit difficult for your boy DJ Just Jay to fight off 4 grown adults. That's my point. And the fact that they're in the system where if these people have custody of this boy, then he legally can't go anywhere else. He has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to turn to. So if he was to go to school and tell his teacher that something is going on, where's he going to go? Without any proof, they're going to send him right back to his parents. And then what do you think they're going to do to him when they find out that he tried to tell on them? Y'all saw them ignorant ass looking grown ass people. Y'all see how slow they look in the eyes? What is that boy going to do? And what do you think that they're going to do to him when they find out that he told on them? Any child would live in fear knowing going back home, oh man, like, they're going to beat my ass. Imagine that being an elementary school kid. That's got to be frightening. Knowing that the next time you come home, that might be the time when they decide to finally take you out. And it sounds like they had a plan to do so. Okay? But that's the reason I brought that up, is because there is absolutely nothing physically that a elementary school kid can do to 4 grown adults. Let me give a shout out to Tawana Finney, who came in and not only joined the channel membership, but donated a $1 super chat. But thank you very much to Tawana in the building, doing her thing. Thank you for that. Here's the next story.
Asia Marshall, Bradley Kimball, Russell Bruinton, and Janie Marshall are the people High Point Police arrested and charged. We have learned an employee at Northwood Elementary School contacted the Department of Social Services.
They pronounced their names a little bit different than I did. I'm going to let y'all hear that again. Let me give a shout out real quick to Manya. Are you in the chat? If you're still in the chat, I want to say thank you. I did get your Cash App. She was the one who made that ching ching thing go off. I don't know what to call it. But thank you very much, Manya. If you're out there listening, sweetheart, thank you for that. Here we go. To answer your question, yes, he is alive. He is alive and he is expected to survive. He's going to be fine. What did the teacher do? The teacher saw the marks on him and she decided to contact, hold on, I can give you the details again. The teacher contacted the Department of Social Services and Child Protective Services. So 2 agencies. And I'm pretty sure that they got in touch with High Point Police and the school administrators. Everybody got involved to the teacher spoke up. Yes, exactly. The boy is going to live. The boy is going to survive. So he lived. This is a positive story. Click that thumbs up for a positive story. This is what we've been asking for. But here we go.
Asia Marshall, Bradley Kimball, Russell Bruinton, and Janie Marshall are the people High Point Police arrested and charged. We have learned an employee at Northwood Elementary School contacted the
Northwood Elementary School. The reason I'm pointing this school out is because in the news reports, they went back and deleted some of the news reports and they were edited and they took some of this information out. One of the bits of information they took out was the name of the school. But I'm sure that's to protect the kid in some shape, form, or fashion, but they don't have his name or anything like that. But that's part of the information that they took out. It happened at Northwood Elementary School, just to let you guys know.
Point Police arrested and charged. We have learned an employee at Northwood Elementary School contacted the Department of Social Services and Child Protective Services on February 17th about a possible case of abuse.
You know, neighbors was asking everything what was going on.
Those neighbors saw officers in the crime lab outside of the couple's home on Turnberry Road last Thursday.
It's sad.
They didn't know why until we showed up and shared some of the details of this child abuse case with them.
It is really sad because, you know, no kid do not ask to come in this world to be abused.
One woman tells me the couple didn't really interact with anyone in the neighborhood, and she rarely saw children coming in and out of the home.
All right, guys, this is the last video. So for Cynthia or anybody else, if you missed it, this might catch you up just a little bit. It's going to be really short, and then I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts. CPS is finally doing their job. Thank you very much for saying that. That's why we got the live chat. Tina, do not worry about money. All I want you guys to do is click that thumbs up. Get us the 200 thumbs up. That'll make me happy enough. If you have the money to be able to donate to our platform, cool. If you don't, I promise you, sweetheart, don't worry about it, okay? We have enough amazing people here, and that's part of what we do as a community and our platform is that everybody's able to band together and try to make this thing happen and keep this thing rocking and rolling. It takes all of us to be able to do that, and sometimes just as simple as clicking the thumbs up helps a lot, okay? You type it in the comment section. Typing your thoughts and your feelings. Sharing it with somebody. Every bit of that helps. So there's always something everybody can always do. Or even in your, like how about take this as a life lesson. Thank you very much to, that is Manya again. Said, thanks, I wanna go by MMO Family Girl. Got you. I don't know why. My bad. I got you. That's my fault. I call you by your chat name. That's my bad. But shout out to MMO Family Girl. Shout out to you. A lot of times what I do when I show these streams is I want people to take these lessons and apply them in real life. And what I want you guys to do is if you see a situation happen, let's just say like if you see a child getting dragged or beat or spanked or anything like that, I'm not one of those advocates where I'm telling you guys, jump in there and go stop the parent physically from doing something to their kid. If you do that, I understand, but I'm telling you, legally, it's not a smart thing to do, and you could end up getting arrested, or worse, you could end up getting yourselves hurt. I'm not the person to tell you jump in and put your hands on anybody. I cannot advocate for that because y'all know that the laws is crazy as shit. And people will lie and you could get in trouble. And I don't want you guys to lose your livelihood over something you had no control over. But what I can tell you is you could put it in the police's hands or you could put it in Child Protective Services hands. Make that phone call. That number is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Report what you see something, say something. That can save somebody's life. Even if you're wrong. Even if you're wrong. I'd rather you be wrong and report it than not report it and a child end up dead. Last video. Let's get it.
Asia Marshall, Bradley Kimball, Russell Bruinton, and Janie Marshall are the people High Point Police arrested and charged. We have learned an employee at Northwood Elementary School contacted the Department of Social Services and Child Protective Services on February 17th about a possible case of abuse.
You know, neighbors was asking everything what was going on.
Those neighbors saw officers in the crime lab outside of the couple's home on Turnberry Road last Thursday.
It's sad.
They didn't know why until we showed up and shared some of the details of this child abuse case with them.
It is really sad because, you know, no kid do not ask to come in this world to be.
I do agree with her there. She said that no kid asked to come into this world to be abused. I will give her that. 100%. 100%. She sounds like she's got her head screwed on straight. I can respect that. Latanya Wesson, hey, how are you? Said, keep it up. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Thank you to Latanya in the chat.
They didn't know why until we showed up and shared some of the details of this child abuse case with them.
It is really sad because, you know, no kid do not ask to come in this world to be abused.
One woman tells me the couple didn't really interact with anyone in the neighborhood, and she rarely saw children coming in and out of the home.
And guys, that wraps us up on the video portion. So I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts. If I can get back down here. There we go. That face, man. Tell me this dude don't look like a demon. Like he just looks wild as hell. He looked wild as hell, like he crawled up out of the ground, like this nigga sleeps underneath in the dirt. Like he ain't had no sun on his body at all. Like these dudes are just weird looking people. And I'm sorry, sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover, by how it looks, but you can look at this book and tell that it is a fucked up book. I'm sorry, I can't say it any other way. I got to be honest. It's just I got to say it how I say it. I'm sorry about the language, but that's just what I do. Okay, but the person that this whole thing starts with is the biological father, and I'll give you guys his name again. His name is Bradley Kimball. The stepmother, Asia Marshall. These two are the ones that are responsible. Those other two, I don't understand how you can be that old and be influenced by two dumbasses. And now you got 4 black people that are about to go to jail for a very long time. For what? What did this elementary school kid do to you to deserve y'all trying to murder him and abuse him, humiliate him? I could only imagine what really went on, because at the end of the day, we're never going to really know what actually really happened. Because y'all know that these people lie. They're not going to ever tell us the truth. These kids cannot speak for themselves, nor can they defend themselves, and they depend on somebody. Even if you guys do something as going to PTA meetings or whatever it is, if you see something that looks out of place, got to talk about it. We got to start having conversations as Americans. I know that we are in this politically correct environment, but at the same time, we could still at least have the conversations. The conversations is going to save somebody's life. And that's a lot of times why I talk about these specific stories, especially with the black community, is because of the fact that I really don't believe that a lot of us get it. I know some do, and I'm thankful for the people that are here that do get it. But for the people that don't get it, it scares me, because those are the type of people that are going to turn around and cause your children hurt and harm. They're going to cause my children hurt and harm. And I would hate to feel something in my heart to make me want to do something to somebody over my child. I will hope that that day never comes. because I pray for the fool that puts themselves in that position. Outside of that, to these 4 idiots, throw the book at them. They do not deserve to get out of prison for what they did, especially those 2. Okay? Everybody had an opportunity to not put themselves in this situation. They stayed in the situation all for their selfish reasons. To that boy, I hope that he grows up. I hope that he grows up strong, and I hope that he resents them, but I hope that it makes him into a better person. I hope he doesn't hold on to a lot of hate, and I hope it makes him into a better person. And once he decides to create a family and go out and choose himself a wife and a family and get him an education and a business or a career, whatever it is, that I hope that he can turn this thing around and not do this to the next generation. I hope it doesn't scar him, okay? But nonetheless, this is a positive story. Click that thumbs up and put a prayer hands up in the chat and just wish a blessings to that boy and to whatever family he has, because, you know, he's going to need all the support he can get, okay? This is your boy DJ Just Jay. We are the AFC. I'm not the AFC. We all together are the AFC. Anybody who listens to the sound of my voice, we are the AFC, okay? That means we advocate for children first. It matters, and they need our voices, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. From my heart to yours, I love y'all. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you guys on the next stream. I'll be up working, getting our next story together, and we're going to talk some more about this, okay? So for now, we're going to say adieu and au revoir, and I'll see you guys on the next stream, okay? Peace. Real quick, let me give a shout out to Jamaica. Cassadine said, why don't they just give up the children? I agree. I 100% agree. Thank you very much for your $20 super chat, by the way. Definitely appreciate that. Why don't they just give up the children? I don't understand why, but you know why? We know why. What's the hashtag? What's our hashtag? What is our hashtag? Hashtag babies for benefits. They only keep these children for the benefits that they can collect from these children. Hashtag babies for benefits. We all know why they do it, and it's unfair. All right, let's go ahead and close out. Love y'all guys, and y'all have a great night.